Hello. This is a yin class just for you. It is, and I'm going to be kind of quiet. Hopefully you can hear me. I'll have to redo it if you can't, but I've got people napping out there, and so I'm hiding in the office. But this is designed to kind of help you open up and get a deep breath now, not feeling well. But I also did this very specifically to be used when you're feeling healthy but maybe like stressed, like if you just need like a little 30-minute to calm down and take a deep breath that way. So I will be giving you cues. You don't have to do them exactly as I say. A lot of the stuff in here is very intentional. So I'm going to offer that to you, but again, do what feels right in your body. So if what I'm offering you doesn't feel right, please don't do it. I know, like worst sales pitch ever. But hey, it is what it is. I want you to honor yourself. So what I want you to do to start, before you even come to class, you need a big blanket or a beach towel, something that you're going to be able to roll up that's got a little bit of thickness to it. Like a regular bath towel, I find is a little bit too small for me. It doesn't give me quite the roll that I want. So something with a little bit of thickness, and you want 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use 2 firm pillows. You want them about the same size because they're going to be supporting each knee. You can do a stack of blankets. You can get more blankets or towels and roll them up. So if you want, you can watch through this really quickly to see how I'm using them to determine what your tools are, or if you have 2 blocks and a blanket, then you're all set. So with that being said, go ahead and take a seat. I'm taking a seat on my blanket because I want my hips lifted a little bit, which is going to allow my hip flexors to relax as I sit and let the knees come down. Again, you can remove the blanket if you're comfortable sitting straight-legged. If you want to sit with your back up against the wall, it's up to you. So sit tall, close your eyes. Hands can be on the knees or in your lap. And just breathe. Just really simple. Something that we do all the time, but never pay much attention to. So you might notice first the quality of your breath. Is it more rapid and shallow? Is it slower and deeper? Wherever you are, start to look towards slower inhales and slower exhales. Don't worry about the thoughts coming through your head. Just focus on the breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out the nose. All right, go ahead and take one more big inhale and exhale. And then I'm going to ask you to blink your eyes open. And very simply, you're going to go ahead and bring your right hand, I'm going to make my glass. You're going to bring your right hand out to the right side. I'm going to be up on my fingertips. And bring your left arm up and over. Just a really simple side stretch here. So this whole class, I'm not going to ask you to do big movement. And that's intentional. We're not going to go for our max. You have permission for 60%. Good. Come back up through center. Just switch to the opposite side. Now you see my arm's a little bit closer. You like to walk your arm further away. Play with it. You're allowed to change your mind if you choose a direction and decide it's not the right one for you. And then inhale up through center. We're going to stay on those fingertips. I'm going to turn my fingertips back behind me, roll my shoulders back, pulling the shoulder blades together and puffing out my chest. Now this might be enough. If you want a little bit more, you can lift your chin and let the head fall back. Then start to bring the chin down if the head's gone back. Start to walk the hands forward, and you're just going to find yourself Walking to a very easy forward folding bend here. If your head touches the ground, great. If your head doesn't touch the ground, great. Just meeting yourself wherever you are in this moment. Good, and start to walk the hands back towards the body. Now, right now my right shin is in front, so I'm gonna cross the shins. So now my left shin is in front. So wherever you are, let's put the opposite shin in front if you've crossed your legs. Same thing, sit tall, hands on the knees or in the lap, close your eyes and breathe. Now you might find that you've dropped into the breath a little bit easier this round. And if that's the case, I'm going to ask you to start practicing detachment from your thoughts. So you're not going to stop your thoughts, but what you're going to do is you're going to observe them and not engage in the story emotionally. Just observe the thoughts, let them pass by you. It's not always easy, that's why we call it practice. Be kind to yourself, there's no expectations here. Deepening the breath. Go ahead and take that last big inhale. Last big exhale. Blink the eyes open. And this time we're going to start going over to our left side. And so again, you can do the same variation you did before. You can change it. Let that shoulder come away from the ear. And then come up through center, switch sides. Again, same variation or something different. Come up through center, up on your fingertips, walk your hands behind you, roll the shoulder blades together, puff out that chest. Option to let the head fall back. Really drinking in the breath. Good, and let the chin come down. Walk the hands forward, just that easy forward folding bend here. Closing in, quieting the breath, slowing down the heart. Good, start to walk the hands back towards you. I'm gonna lean into my hands and straighten the legs and give them a shake. All right, so we're gonna come into a supported Dandasana. Normally in yoga classes, it's gonna be a very rigid, proper form. But with this yin class, I want your feet about hips width apart, kind of loosey-goosey. I prefer that your knees and toes are pointing straight up as opposed to rolling out, but do you, do what feels right. I'm gonna do a supported Dandasana. And again, this is very deliberate. You are welcome to just fold over like a rag doll here, but I'm choosing supported. I'm gonna use a few blocks here and create a little landing pad for my forehead. And the reason being is this is going to help me relax my neck muscles completely. And as my neck muscles relax, I can let my shoulders just drop down. And so if you need to, you can even bring your blanket on top of your blocks if you're using them. If it's too much on your forehead, you can play with this. Forehead grounding on the block. Back of the neck relaxes, jaw releases. feel the heaviness move from your shoulders all the way down your arms to your hands. Letting gravity slowly stretch you out and open you. Doing nothing but resting and letting gravity do the work for you. Take your last big inhale. Sink heavy with your last big exhale. And you can start to walk your hands back towards your body, slowly guiding your torso back up, bringing the head up last. You can even use your palm to your forehead to gently guide the head up. Good. So just a note, if you happen to look up and I'm not doing the exact same thing you're doing, it's because I'm futzing with watches, timing you, and moving around microphones and stuff. So don't worry, you didn't miss anything. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the blanket from underneath me, and I'm gonna move the battery pack. So I want you to lie down on your back all the way, and I want you to be sure that your head is on your mat or someplace comfortable. Like, not on the hard floor or grass or whatever. So legs are long. You're gonna let your arms come up and overhead. I'm gonna move the cup again because I'm disorganized. Good. And so to start, I want you to walk both legs over to the left-hand side of your mat, and then walk both arms over to the left-hand side. So it's a big, this is literally called Vadakanasana, so banana posture. So you're creating a left bending banana here. Now a few things. Both shoulders should be resting on the mat, both hips should be resting on the mat. If they are not, pull back a little bit. It means you've gone too far for today. If you want a little extra though, you can always cross your right ankle over your left to get a bigger side body stretch here. Arms are bent. If you have more room and want to straighten your arms completely, go for it. Again, find what feels right. Trust your intuition on what feels right for your body. And go with it. body there. Now we're starting to open up the rib cage from the left and right side so as not to be so two-dimensional, but to continue opening up through the chest to receive a deeper breath. Start to take your last big inhale. Last exhale. And then go ahead and bring your arms back to center and let your arms rest at your sides. Go ahead and uncross the legs if they're crossed and bring the legs back to center. And just settle for a moment. Arms at your sides, legs straight. Taking this pause. Reminding ourselves that we don't have to rush through this class. Good. All right, so arms up and overhead again. So we're going to bring our arms over to the right hand side. We're going to walk those legs over the left hand side. And remember, option to cross that left leg over right. And also remember, you're allowed to change your mind. If you have crossed the legs and find at one point that that is unbearable, uncross the legs. If you find that you have not crossed the legs and you want a little bit more, you have choices. The intensity does build as the minutes pass. So if you find you've put yourself in a position where you already are struggling to breathe, just pull back a little bit. Don't go so far. If you find, as you rest here, thoughts keep bubbling up, don't try to stop them. Don't tell them that they're bad or wrong for being there. Continuing that practice of disengaging emotionally from the story those thoughts bring. And instead observing them without judgment. Just are. It's neither good nor bad. also friendly reminder, if discomfort develops as the minutes pass, adjust as you see fit. You can bring your arms back to your side if it's too much. You can bring the legs back to center. Take a breath. Then you have the option of going back in if you see fit. Your last minute here. Last big breath. And then when you're done with your exhale, you can start to bring your arms and torso back to center to your sides. You can bring the legs back to center. And again, we're just going to take that pause here. Let everything settle in for a moment. You can roll onto your side, whatever side you prefer, and turn towards you. So I'm coming to my left. And then I'm going to push myself all the way up to seated. All right. And so we're going to do one more forward folding bend. And this time we're going to do Vadakanasana. So cobblers, butterfly, you might know it by these other names. Soles of the feet together. Normally, just depending upon how flexible you are through the hips, you could bring the heels really close to your body. Because we're holding this for a longer time, I'm going to recommend the heels further away from your body, so more of a diamond shape. But again, I'm not on your body. So do what is feeling right, do what feels correct in your bones today. And also know that you can change your mind. So we're gonna support our forehead with a block again. I'll bring a blanket. Or you can put your blanket over it, or you can roll up the blanket and get it nice and thick. You've got all sorts of choices here. But we're gonna go ahead and just let our forehead come to the stack and let the head drop. And arms can be at your sides. You can bring them onto your thighs, whatever feels right. But I do want them to be able to relax completely. So you're not reaching, you're not pulling, you're not yanking, you're not striving. No striving. And just drop into the breath. Option, just if you want to get a little bit more of a forward folding bend before we get towards the wrap of class, go ahead and move the blocks in the blanket if you like, and you can just flop over here. Totally optional. If you are doing this, see if you can allow the neck muscles to remain relaxed and the head to get very heavy here. Just slowly walk your torso back upright. Bring the hand to the forehead to gently guide your head back up. Excellent. All right. So one more. Save the best for last. Okay. 2 blocks or your 2 pillows. You're gonna set them up on the top of the mat, like so where your head and shoulders are gonna go. Basically like this. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, it takes a little playing with, so just know there's no way to make this look cool. Just isn't. So the first block is gonna go right between my shoulder blades. So, like so. And then that second block there is to support my head. So, lying back, between the shoulder blades, pull that block underneath my head, and you can go ahead and extend the legs. Now, if you want the head lifted a little bit, you can turn the block to the medium. The high end, I find a little bit too high for me, but it might be suitable for you. Or, again, the lowest setting. I'm asking you to have something to support your head though, because again, I want those neck muscles to be able to relax. So you are welcome to remove the block entirely. Just know that your neck muscles might tighten up a little bit. And then I want you to bring your arms to your sides, towards your hips. You don't have to touch them. And slightly rotate the palms up towards the ceiling. And this is very deliberate because this is going to start to create a stretch through your pec minor. And that muscle likes to get really tight when you're sitting at a computer all day, when you're sitting in a car all the time. Start to hunch over and tighten, which makes it a little bit more difficult to sit up and let the chest be open for a deeper breath. Hence the note to rotate the palms up. bend your knees, bring your feet towards you. You're going to very carefully roll off your side, off the blocks. And then, if you still have time, you can move the blocks. And we'll go to Shavasana. But if you have to get back to your day, get back to your day. But I am going to do some Shavasana. So, I got my handy dandy blanket to stay nice and toasty. And I'm going to have straight legs lying on my mat completely. Arms at my sides, palm facing up, facilitating a deeper breath by opening up the chest very subtly. Eyes closed. Awareness comes to the crown of the head. Start to feel the skin of the scalp relax. The space between the eyes relax. Muscles release as the teeth separate and the tongue touches the roof of the mouth and slides back. As the neck muscles relax, the shoulders get heavy, the arms get heavy, the palms and the hands get heavy. Next exhale, noticing your heart being very softly, very contentedly in your chest. Next exhale, any remaining tension in the belly dissolves away. Next exhale. The muscles of the hips and the glutes release their grip, allowing the thighs and the knees to soften, the shins, the calves, and the heels to press heavily into the mat beneath you. Finally, the soles of the feet relax, the tops of the feet relax, and it moves through your toes as you find yourself falling into your final and deepest relaxation. I invite you to slowly come back into your breath. I invite you to slowly come back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. And then when and if it feels right, you can reach your arms up and overhead. Get that first thing in the morning stretch. And then roll onto your side, whatever side you prefer. Bend your knees and rest your head on your arm like a pillow. Just take a quiet moment before we move on. And start to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, eyes closed. Hands can be on the knees, in the lap, or at the heart center in prayer. just as we connect to the peace that we feel, I'm grateful for having taken a few minutes to honor ourselves and nurture ourselves. Make a pact with yourself to take one part of today's practice, whatever part it is, whatever feeling, whatever moment, whatever thought, off the mat and into the world after practice concludes. And take a big breath in as we think of this intention. Hold the breath in, lower the head to heart, acknowledging the heart's wisdom and sealing in your intention. Lift the chin, exhale, let it go. Lift the sides of the mouth into a smile, blink the eyes open. Namaste. Thank you. Hopefully this is helpful. Watch it through one time before. If you have any questions, if you need anything else, or if you want more, let me know. I'll add on to it. I just wanted to give you a basic rundown of something that you could do, after work or right now, just whenever you feel that you need something like this. So go forth and be awesome. Bye.